Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Rose. I'm the director of the undergraduate program here at UNC Greensboro. So in this email, in this video, you will have received an email with a link to the application for the social work program. Just want to give some clarity about this application process, just for students, because I know I have a lot of questions. So I'm trying to answer a lot of these questions right now and get some clarity on it. It should be some clarity in the email. So this is specifically for students who are applying to the major, or what's called the professional track. So that means students who are in social work 310, 311, and 315 are the ones who are going to be applying to the major. So students who are in social work 215 this semester or in the spring semester are going to be taking 215 over the summer. You will not be applying to the major. You will not fill this out. If you are in social work 411 right now and in your field placement and you're going into your last semester, you do not need to reapply to the major. I've had that happen a couple of times where students say, oh, I'm already in my senior year. Do I need to fill out this application? You do not need to fill out this application. Only students who are in social work 310, 311, and 315 are the ones who need to fill out this application. What that means is that you are in the fall semester, you're getting ready to start the spring semester. You'll be in 325, 351, and 352 in the spring. You will be meeting with Professor Chauncey Green to prepare for your internship, your final year. There's going to be an orientation period coming up during reading day that it's a mandatory meeting that you need to come to. You'll get information there. And then you'll be getting more orientation in the spring and eventually be meeting with Professor Green about going into field and what your field placement is going to look like and stuff like that. You'll be doing interviews and stuff. So only those students who are in 310, 311, and 315, you get all these numbers mixed up in my head, need to apply to this. So there's going to be some questions in the application process. One of them is your GPA. That is your current GPA when you fill it out, not the projected GPA at the end of the fall semester, not that you're not going to wait for the final grades to be in. The application is going to be due December the 14th. I need students to get the application in by December the 14th, no later. I get all these emails like, is it going to close at 11:59, blah, 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 whatever. December the 14th, that's what you need to know. Get it in before that if you can, but it needs to be in by December the 14th. Things that are included in the email, and there'll be the Canvas page. We'll have this link also. So should be a copy of the resume template that we want you to use. We're expecting you to use that resume template. There should be a copy of what's called the BSW handbook. We expect you to familiarize yourself with that handbook. There should be a copy. If not, we will get a copy of the field handbooks. There's two different handbooks that you will eventually have to orient towards. One of them is the BSW undergraduate handbook. That's all the policies and the procedures and stuff about the BSW program. And then there's the field handbook. That's the joint field handbook between UNCG and A&T, because you're going into a joint field program between the two programs in your internship. And so those things should be included in the email. And then there should be the essay, a form of the essay, so that you get its prompts and guidance on how to write the essay to upload. So when you apply to the major, when you go through this form, it is a Microsoft Teams form. So very similar to a Google form. So when you fill this form out, there's going to be a lot of required questions. They're going to ask you things like, to upload the resume, upload the resume and the essay, and it's going to ask you questions about what your interests are. It's going to make sure that you understand that the final year, you're going to be a full-time student. It's going to have you indicate that you recognize that we're not an online program, we're not a part-time program, we're not a weekend program. These are things that kind of come up in seniors in their final year, is this expectation that our schedule is going to work around your personal schedule. You are expected to be a full-time student. That final year, you're going to be in an internship 2 days a week. It's usually Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 5. You've got to be in our methods course, methods 1 in the fall, methods 2 in the spring. Those are offered either on Monday or Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Generally, I don't think that'll change. And then you're expected to be in a field seminar course every other Wednesday evening. One semester, you're going to be at A&T State University, and one semester, you're going to be at UNC Greensboro. And those field seminars are going to be a mixture of UNCG and A&T students. This is in addition to all the courses that you need to reach the 120-hour mark that you need to graduate. So you'll hear me repeat these things over and over and over again. There's a reason I repeat them, because these are things that students sometimes will miss. So it is a full-time program that final year. Our schedule does not work around students' individual personal schedules. You are expected to be in the field placement when the field agency wants you there, and it's generally Tuesday and Thursday. You are expected to show up to the methods class, to be present, to show up. We do attendance. If you miss a large number of those classes, that'll impact your grade. You are expected to maintain the 2.5 GPA. If your GPA falls below the 2.5, then that could jeopardize your ability to graduate. So when you're looking at the application, it's going to ask you what your GPA is. You need to log into DegreeWorks. The GPA, and I'll probably put in a link because I'm still trying to get students oriented to DegreeWorks. The GPA is up at the top. That is your overall GPA. If you all email me like, I don't know where my GPA is, I'll just send you the link to DegreeWorks again, because that's where you have to orient yourself to find that GPA. So it's the current GPA that you have, and then the number of credit hours that you have. I think there's a question about the number of credit hours, but I could be wrong. If not, that's also in DegreeWorks. And just as a reminder, you must pay attention to DegreeWorks. Your final grades are in DegreeWorks. The number of credit hours you have completed, the number of credit hours you need to finish off your degree, your GPA. So you must have a 2.5 GPA to be admitted to the program. Even if you don't have that 2.5 GPA right now, you still fill out the application. You must fill out that application. Regardless of what your GPA is, we will determine afterwards if you're going to be admitted to the program or not. What's happened is some of you all are doing what are called grade replacements. And so what that means is that your GPA right now, as you look at DegreeWorks, may not be 2.5, but that doesn't mean it won't be 2.5 by the time the final grades are submitted. The reason we look at these applications later in December is because I'm wanting an opportunity for students to have their final GPA uploaded. And if you are doing any grade replacements, like this semester, it sometimes takes about a week after the final grades are posted, because then you have to submit a form to the student first office, and then they calculate your final GPA based on that. And that's what I look at. So what will happen is you will submit this stuff, and then we have until January the 1st to let you know. I like to try to get through these applications as quickly as I can, but January the 1st is the date that we will let you know by. No later than January the 1st is what we try to let you know. So, what will happen is I'll start going through applications. I start emailing students. You'll get a PDF document that says if you're admitted to the program or not. So I start going through them, and then I get a flood of emails like, have you gotten to my application yet or not? If your friends are getting letters stating that they've got accepted, I've reviewed the application, just be patient. I'll get one to you, because then what happens is I send out we usually have anywhere from 70 to 100 applications that we have to review. And so I review them as much as I can, as quickly as I can. If you do not hear back from me by January the 1st, then you can reach out to me, but please do not reach out to me before that, because I just get a flood of emails and I'm just not going to respond to them, because I'll get your notification as quickly as I can. And then after January the 1st, if you have not heard back from me, you will want to reach out to me. For those of you who don't meet the GPA requirement and you are doing what's called a grade replacement, sometimes what will happen is it may take a little bit longer for that grade replacement to go through. So that's why I need, as soon as the final grades are posted, you need to check your degree works. As soon as the final grades are posted, you need to ensure, if you're doing grade replacement this semester, that you're reaching out to Student First and filling out the form. The longer it takes you to do that, the longer it's going to take me to respond to your application. So you may get a letter from me that says, you haven't met the GPA requirement, you're not admitted to the program. Just email me, said I'm still waiting for the final grade to be posted for the grade replacement. It is your responsibility to pay attention to that. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm not going to go look, track down every person who's doing a grade replacement. So what that means is you need to stay on top of degree works, keep checking it. What often happens with students who are doing grade replacements is that their GPA will go up to the 2.5 or above that one. So all these are responsibilities. You need to pay attention to degree works. You need to make sure, if you're doing a grade replacement this semester, that you're submitting the grade replacement form. You need to make sure you're keeping an eye on when that grade is going to be updated, and that it changes your GPA, and you need to be monitoring degree works on a regular basis. So once again, there's going to be several little things in this email. There's going to be the prompt for the essay. There's going to be the resume format. There should be the BSW handbook, and there should be the field handbook. And they may be older copies, but they're all pretty much the same. We generally update them a little bit. A lot of times it's just hyperlinks that are messed up in there. And this will also be on the Canvas page. You must be logged into your UNCG email. This is another email that I get quite often. Is what will happen is you may be trying to log into the system under your personal email, and it's not going to work. It's not going to allow you to do that. If for whatever reason you are logged in your UNCG email and it's still not letting you in, you need to reach out to Six Tech. I'm not an IT person. Only thing I know is this is a Microsoft Teams form that we've created, and that you need to be logged into your UNCG email to access it and to fill it out. There'll be another link in the email. These are for the references. It is an entirely different form. So once you submit the application, you're also going to submit the form that has the 2 references, and you just go down, you fill out the information, and then you get it to us, and then we reach out to your references. And they don't have to write a reference letter. It is really just a form that they have to click and check, and there's a space for them to write some stuff that they want to write some stuff. So just let your references know that they do not have to write a letter. I don't even think I've set up a space for them to upload a letter. I'd prefer that they just go through, fill it out, and then write a little bit of information. So that should be all be in this email. The application due date is December the 14th. That gives you an entire month to work on it, to work on the essay. The essay only needs to be about 3 to 5 pages. And so the filling out of the application is not that long. Just make sure you have your resume uploaded. Make sure you have the essay uploaded. I think that you're able to go back in and tinker with some things if you need to, but it should all be kind of straightforward. So I hope everything goes well, and I hope you all have a great rest of the semester and a good break. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.